Admiral's Log, July 4th, 1930. Last month, the British tentatively sent an envoy to discuss the possibilities of a peace treaty. Chancellor Brüning wasn't having it. A quick end to this war might seem like the best option, but in the long run, it isn't. The British still have all of their colonies. They are still an empire, and they will be able to rebuild their navy and army quickly. No, we will not accept peace. Not yet. The Chancellor has ordered me to further cripple the Royal Navy. By doing that, he wants to show the British colonies that the British are not as strong as they make themselves out to be. They take great pride in their Royal Navy, and they have done so for centuries. What happens when that pride is destroyed? In the Chancellor's plan, 3 things will happen. The British colonies will see their overlord as weak and start insurrections, leading to the dismantling of the British Empire. The British spirit will be crushed, which will lead to an economic recession, the likes of which the British have not seen to this day. And third, the British fleet will take decades to rebuild, both in ships and crew training. Currently, the British fleet consists of 16 ships. The Chancellor's goal is to reduce that number to less than 10. An important factor will be the destruction of another one of their battleships. These ships are armed with some of the biggest guns in the world, giving off the impression that the British are almighty. We will show them, and the rest of the world, that this is not true. Hey guys, still here and welcome to episode 7. We are on the edge of a peace treaty, but I am not willing to accept yet, for reasons I have explained in the Admiral's Log. We have the opportunity here to take down another one of their battleships and further cripple their Royal Navy. The battleship Majestic, coming in at 49,464 tons, is available for targeting. And there are 14 transports around, but they are normally the first priority, currently secondary priority. I want to eliminate the battleship. The light cruisers and the destroyers would be a nice secondary target, but the destruction of their battleship is our primary objective. The Admiral Scheer, 1st Bismarck, Gneisenau, Rhineland and Thuringia will have to deal with that battleship. This might come at the cost of one of my heavy cruisers. Those 17-inchers will hit hard, but so will my torpedoes. Let's have all of these ships in one big convoy, one big formation. Where's the battleship? There's the battleship. Battleship's 20 clicks out. We're going to race at it, and we're going to target ships, secondary ships in the meanwhile. There it is, sailing in the middle of their formation, turning to port and preparing to fire all 6 of their 17-inch guns. Fortunately, their secondary armament is considered fairly light, especially for a battleship this size. They have a couple of 3-inchers, a 12 6-inchers, and further 4-inchers. I suppose that we'll first have to eliminate the light cruisers as well as their destroyers, because these torpedo launchers are going to be very much annoying when I try to close the distance. And the same can be said for the torpedo launchers mounted on these destroyers. They will also serve as picket ships in order to detect my torpedoes, which is really not what I want them to do. All ships line up. We're going to slow the Thuringia down just a touch, and making for some... Yeah, the Gneisenau should be able to catch up. Now, some of these ships have green levels of crew training, which means that they're going to be a bit more effective than their cadet counterparts. And with that, I do expect to be able to catch and eliminate this battleship. We're first going to lob some high explosive and further... Well, I think we can start with AP. AP shells at the target first. And the convoy here... It'd be nice if we could take him down, just to deliver another morale blow to the British, but they're not strictly our main priority. Now, these guys had some seriously long-range torps. Or was it the heavies? I always got them confused. Some of them have, I think, 14-kilometer range torps, which put me in range right now. Some of them have a torpedo range of 18, which would mean that the torpedoes could very well already be on the way. Good hit. Good hit. First hit, 9-inch shell through the deck of this destroyer, which I doubt was the primary target. No, actually we are targeting a destroyer. Okay. That's not really what I'm looking to hit at the moment. I want to hit that. What's their battleship up to? Where are you going, huh? Let's say the tactic for the British battleship is good. It's sailing away. It's bladed, meaning more armor, and it has all guns in a position ready to fire. We're going to hard turn over, hard starboard. And while this light cruiser is a bigger target and thus easier to hit, I think the destroyer needs to go down first. We're going to slow down to full speed. I'm going to need as much accuracy as I can. This ship will have to get dealt with. This destroyer right here. I haven't identified it yet. But I wouldn't at all be surprised if she just dropped her torpedoes at me. Especially considering she's turning around. We're going to turn hard back to port. I'm not going to put on the dance moves, the avoid torpedo button. I don't fully trust that not to completely wreck my formation. And I still need all of this, there we go. All of this firepower to deal with the escorts, the light cruisers and torpedo boats, sorry, destroyers. To get through those and then have a go at the battleship. Okay, let's see. We have a line here and a line there. I'm going to have to detach some of these ships. I need the shear to go hard over. Bismarck 2. Hard over. And the Gneisenau hard over. This is not ideal, but it's the formation that we have. Venetia just dropped her torpedoes as well. I'm assuming at the Thuringia, so the lead cruiser, so we can go hard back to port. Rhineland is fine. You can stick with the Thuringia. Shear's going to have to just squeeze through here. The Bismarck should have enough speed to avoid that salvo. Good hit. Drake starting to flood. More torpedoes in the water. Thuringia back to starboard. Good hit. More flooding on the Drake. Sorry, the Fire Drake. It's not just a Drake, it's a Fire Drake. There's another salvo coming in there. Praise the sonar arrays for detecting that early. The Shear dodged the torps, but did take a hit from a 17-inch shell. So the British have been able to land at least one hit. Oh, shit. Now hard back to port. Although I doubt we will be able to dodge all of them. Yeah, that's going to hurt. That is going to hurt. Everybody else fine? Everybody else is fine. At least for now. But there is more coming in. So you're going to turn to port. And you're going to turn to port. Can we please eliminate this destroyer already? Nottingham and Colombo are probably up to no good. Put the mains on that and the secondaries on the Fire Drake. The Fire Drake's not that much of a threat. It's going to take them a long, long time to reload that. Ooh, beautiful. Destroyed the main tower with the first hit. Rhineland, mains there, secondaries there. There's another torpedo in the water there. Bismarck's fine. Gneisenau's fine. Very good. Very good. Fire Drake should be dealt with momentarily. And we have another launch coming in from the Colombo. Again, assuming that she's going for the Thuringia, I'm going to turn her slightly over to port. Yeah, there's more coming in. Actually, she might not be targeting the Thuringia, but she might be targeting the Rhineland. Have you not heard of the legendary dance moves of the Rhineland? The Rhineland doesn't care for your torpedoes. Where's that torp? There. Safe. There's another duo set there. Finally, Fire Drake's down. That took forever. Nottingham is going to be dead in a minute. There she goes. Got the DDs out there. I want you to target this. Secondaries on the Venetia. There's not a light cruiser there. The Latona. I'm not sure why she's all the way over there. Rhineland. Bit more to port. Nothing seemingly in the way of these two ships here. So far, so good. Hard over. Sheer, come on. If you want to survive, I would recommend that you do something about those incoming torpedoes. Even without a rudder. Or with half a rudder. Nah, we'll be fine. It's going to be close. But the ship should be okay. Let's follow the Thuringia for a second, shall we? Especially since it was requested that I do a bit more cinematic warfare. That's definitely 17 inches over there. Long range shell fire. Colombo's taking some very hard hits. Several instances of flooding. I just realized that I can't really spend too much time on going for cinematics because I am consistently under torpedo attack. I can't really be going sightseeing. Launch from the Colombo. At, I think, Rhineland. There's the spread from the Latona. Yeah, those are not going to be an issue. At least not for the Rhinelands. But the Admiral here could be in trouble. Have you been hit more? No, you just get hit by one 17-incher and one torpedo. Did you just launch at me again? Yep. Nice, nice, nice. Keep that up. You and you. We're going to race at the battleship. Nice work. Very nice. That's 4 of their escorts destroyed. Now it's up to Latona. The Admiral is fine. Thuringia and Rhineland increase back to flank speed and turn your bows towards the Majestic. That's where we're going. That's the prize. Majestic, surprisingly, is coming in. And she is still interested in trying to kill the Admiral here. Okay. I understand that this ship is considered a threat. But at the same time, she's not going to be that much of an issue. Because she won't have the speed to get into range of the battleship with the torpedoes. Now this battleship has standard bulkheads and pretty damn good anti-torpedo protection at anti-torp 4. So in order to sink that, we're going to have to hit them pretty hard with a lot of torpedoes. You can turn starboard now. Oh, there's the convoy. Okay. What? We caused flooding? Not sure how we did that, but I'll take it. I swear there were torps. Yeah, there they are. We are 4 clicks out from the Majestic. Turning circle. What? Good God. A turning circle of 139 meters? How do you do that? Let me study that. That's a semi-balanced rudder. What? How do you make a ship at 49,000 tons turn on a dime? That's insane. If you have an unbalanced rudder like my ships do, then you can push your turning circle down quite a lot. The same with shaft 3 and auxiliary 4. This ship also has Shaft 3 and Aux 4, so they too have the same capabilities. But this is going to make it very, very difficult to torpedo this thing. Unless I hit him from point-blank range. So that is what we will do. The secondary main turret got destroyed. The stern one. Or, well, sorry, not destroyed, but damaged. We're just going to try and burn this thing down. Especially the main tower. Because by destroying the main tower, their damage control will be impaired, and that's what I need in order for the flooding to succeed. I need the main tower crippled. Stick to HE. Range, 2.8 kilometers. Set out your starboard torpedo tubes to do some work. I expect the ship to start turning to port, which will allow the Gneisenau a better shot. I also expect the Majestic to almost instantly recognize the threat of torpedoes and to start turning away. Hold the other spread. Not yet. How much damage can they inflict? Nothing? Wow. They're firing AP at my ship. 17-inch AP. At a range of 5 clicks, that's capable of penning 40 inches of armor. And the Admiral Shear did indeed take a pen hit on the forebelt. But it didn't actually do as much damage as I thought it would. Because these shells can hit for 1,000. And I took only 242 points of damage. I mean, sure, this ship is going to have to go into dock quite a while. But, as I have discussed previous, we have some very dedicated repair crews. And we should be able to get that ship fixed very soon. Majestic, are you aware? Yeah, there's so much happening there. Majestic detected the torps. She's turning to port, but it won't save her. She'll still get hit by 3 torps. Gneisenau is immediately rushing into a better position. Whoa, look at the thing turn! I need to amend my initial statement. She's going to get hit by 2 torps, not 3. Gneisenau spreads are probably going to miss entirely. Hit, flooding on the stern, rudder damaged. Another torpedo hits. Structural integrity is dropping 58% and falling quickly. She is still going after the crippled Admiral Shear, but misses. Okay, very good. I think that she's stuck in her turn because she has a damaged rudder. Let's see if this ship can get some of her torpedoes away. Port side launcher away. I want the first to slow down and turn away, allowing the Gneisenau potentially another salvo. Structural integrity 53% and falling. Can we pen this? Sort of. Sort of. Expect to go where the battleship is expected to be. That's gonna hurt. Destroyed secondary gun. They still seem to be struggling with a lot of flooding. That is the Fürst Bismarck going hard over to starboard. Let's see if those torps will land. Yep, that's one. But she was still in a turn, so I did not get as many hits as I would like. What are you... Really? She is really hating on this ship. Hard over. I'm gonna have to be careful now. Because I have so many ships operating in such close proximity that there is a threat of me torpedoing my own ships. Nice. More damage to the main tower. Keep hitting that thing. Look at the Majestic. I swear the ship isn't supposed to be listing that much. Like, How are you still afloat? What the hell? This is nuts. At any rate, we are here to effect the destruction of this ship. Rhineland is in a pretty terrible position to torp, but I might be able to bring one of the torpedoes to hit the bow. Which would cause the flooding that I need, because the bow compartments are still functional. Torpedoes are turning... and away. The Gneisenau is not going to be in the way of the Majestic. Oh, you're still doing donuts, aren't you? Don't do that. You're not American. Oh, we're going to hit the stern. She's so heavily turning that we're going to hit the stern. But that is 3 torpedoes, reducing structural integrity and causing even more damage to her stern. Gneisenau, just leave the area. There is not a lot left of the Majestic. Not so majestic now, are you? Sad to see her go. I would love to claim her as a prize, but the Chancellor has ordered the destruction of this ship. And, well... orders have to be followed. Ships have to be eliminated. Even at this range, 200 meters out, I'm still struggling to pen that ship. There. Most of it, it's probably partial pens. Doesn't do much. Their structural integrity is falling to 21% and their buoyancy to 10. We'll just have to keep punching them. And eventually we'll cause more flooding. Because I think that that's the way to go here. It's the most likely thing to cause damage. You're going to turn that way, you're going to turn that way. 6% buoyancy. 5%. It is sad how little damage this ship was able to do. 1,300 damage. That's it. Thuringia, 3,000. Gneisenau, 966. The Fürst Bismarck, 1.3k. We got the Rhineland coming in at 2.9k. The Admiral Scheer at 1.6. This ship potentially works as a sniper, but that's about it. Oh crap, I cannot arm the torpedoes at this range. Maximum over. I'll just have to hope that I can bring the port launcher to bear. If there still is a ship at that point, because she's down 2% buoyancy. Torpedo as you see fit. Torpedoes away. Thuringia might deliver the final blow here. I would love to see the Majestic go up with a bang. Either in the form of a flash fire or an ammo explosion. Structural integrity to 0.3. Buoyancy to 1%. She's gone. The Majestic and her escorts have been destroyed. And I do believe that this could cause the British to really finish this war. Because this cost them another 6 warships. Out of their original 16. So they're down to 10. And that means that I'm very close to completing the objective as set forth by my Chancellor. Yes. The British Empire has been blockaded by us. We have 380,000 tons of warships. They have 129,000. I have about 3 times the power projection that they have. So not only am I able to, to cripple all of their ships, but I'm also crippling their economy at the same time. I I'm not sure what sort of Japanese infiltrator the Admiralty had. The British Admiralty had that. But Togo Haichahiro is suddenly replaced by Bolton Monsell. What? Alright. Okay, fine. Whatever. We'll just go with it. This could be the last one. 3 heavy cruisers versus 2 heavy cruisers and 5 DDs. And again, 14 transports. The Fürst Bismarck, Gneisenau, and Rhineland are immediately back at it. And we're going to have another go with the British. We're going to have another go with these guys. Sadly, we are not going to see any further action from, I think, the battleships nor the battle cruisers, because they just got beaten too badly. Good lord, that's a fleet and a half. Look at this convoy. Okay, plan. Rhineland, we're going to slow down. The entire formation is going to slow down. I need you to torp this. I need you to torp that. And I need you to torp that. We're going to disrupt the entire formation here. With some luck, as a side effect, we'll just accidentally, if you will, hit one of their escorts. So the destroyers, or the light cruiser, or even the... Sorry, no, they don't have light cruiser. They got a heavy cruiser out there. 2 of those, in fact. Those speedboats. Oh, crap. They got a ton of torpedo launchers. Yes. Everybody aggressive torps. At this rate, you're going to hit something, whatever you target. And we're going to go hard over to starboard. And we're hopefully going to be able to use the convoy as a distraction. Because I want to try and get rid of these ships without getting torpedoed. I mean, sure, we can affect the destruction of the British fleet. But I preferably do it without taking too much damage on my own ships. Huh. That hurt, but that was not one of my torps. Who of you did a friendly? Was it you? Or you? Sorry, am I interrupting something here? Is this how new light cruisers are born? Never mind, we'll just not focus on that. Torpedoes away from all of my ships. There. Yep. I think it might have been this heavy cruiser that torpedoed against the Rhineland. Maybe the merchant ship was in the way, but generally the AI is very careful with that. They don't want to hit the friendly, so this is more of an incident. It's more of a random event than anything else. Normally, they are much, much more careful. Okay, this ought to keep those transports at bay. What are we fighting? Oh, we're fighting a destroyer. Okay, good. Got out. These are inbounds. Is that a... Dummy. That's another transport that you sunk, idiot. It's not my torpedo. Good lord. These are incoming. These are incoming. These are outgoing, outbound, outbound. All ships should be safe. There's another large formation coming my way. This destruction of the DD would help. Let's reprioritize that. Again, I would love to do cinematics, but considering how many torpedoes are currently in the AO, I'm not going to turn off the HUD and hope that at some point I kind of accidentally spot a torpedo. Because then the likelihood of spotting a torpedo by it colliding with my hull is too great. What's the turning circle on a transport? 625. See, that's more reasonable. The Pheasant is down. Lots of these guys are going to get hit by torps. So a majority of the convoy will probably die. Inbound torpedoes here. Hold. That could be dangerous to the Gneisenau. Nice. We're going to detach. I'm going to turn back to port. Rhineland and Bismarck should be able to keep going. Yeah, the Terrible is going to have a bit of a problem. The Thanet got torpedoed. The Galatea is fine. This destroyer should have no trouble just dodging that. Yeah, we should be fine. Except the Terrible. The Terrible is not fine. That's going to be a big ouch. Don't tell me you're going to dodge that. Nope. Ooh. That's 4.5k, and that's another 2,700, just to add more insult to injury. Let's see, here are the torpedoes. Gneisenau is fine. Gneisenau is perfectly fine. Alright, so that's the Woolston. Oh, the Woolston just torpedoed? Wait. You torpedoed a heavy cruiser. If you torpedo the Rhineland, then you're going to have to take some very, very serious precautions not to hit the Mermaid and the Vehement. So I'm assuming that you tried to torpedo the Gneisenau. Let's turn you back to port and dodge that second salvo. Comet still has her torpedoes. We got the Magic over there with torpedoes. The... It's you again. It's one of the cruisers that escaped me before. The Immortalites. Or, and I'm not sure... Whoa, calm down. I'm not sure if it's a captured French ship or not, but if it's not the Immortalite, it's the Immortalité. So it's a captured French ship that they kept the name of. Detach, you're going to turn that way. You're going to squeeze through that gap. But the secondaries in the Forte... And the Rhineland, Bismarck, Gneisenau. Yeah, put your secondaries in the Galatea. Let's give those 3-inchers something to work with, shall we? Squeezing through carefully. So that was the torpedo salvo from the Woolston. Glad we caught that. Well, in the sense that I detected it, not got hit by it. The British really, really created a terrible fleet this campaign. It's absolutely terrible. Their ships are too clunky, they're too fast. The heavy cruisers have a turning circle that's, well, it's worse than a transport. You got everybody and their mother flinging torpedoes at me. But because I kind of had... Well, these ships were supposed to be able to do everything so they are capable of spotting and thus dodging torpedoes in time. It's pretty terrible. I really hope that the next campaign that I do against either the British or the Germans, they will have better ships. Because this campaign, I think, was the most one-sided campaign that I fought so far. Oh, okay, mission accomplished. Yeah, of course, I was out here for the transports. These other boys are just secondary priority. Any more fish in the sea? Not from the Lafori. Galatea is down. I'm going to focus on the Lafori for now and have the Zephyr as a secondary priority. I'm not going to put any secondaries to work against her yet. Calypso, Lancaster, Torch, and Ariel will get targeted. Yeah, there's a torpedo salvo. I was kind of expecting that. Green levels of crew training. Not too bad. You're green, and you're also green. Okay. Target that. Target that. Secondaries on the Torch. Secondaries on the Calypso. Come on, Lafori. Take a hint. Calypso's down. Torch next. You're going to target the Lancaster. Can you hit that? Yeah, you can. 7.2 kilometer range. We should be fine. Sadly, the Lafori has not really been hit badly and still running away at her, assumedly, top speed. Yeah, close to it. How many secondaries do I have that can actually shoot him? Not too many. Okay, let's wreck this transport as we get into range. Anybody else throwing torps my way? Not yet. Immortalite and Drake are still reloading their torpedo tubes. Woolston, Comet, and Magic, and the Lafori are all reloading. Shouldn't be an issue. Lancaster seriously badly damaged. The torch, well, is acting like a torch. And your smokescreen is out, Lafori, so we can get you. Zephyr is succumbing to all of the 3-inch damage that she's taking. Yeah, a little bit. Buoyancy's dead. Okay. Focus fire on the DD. Lancaster is down. You're going to take down the Ariel. You're going to take down the Torch. Just the immense amount of destruction that these heavy cruisers are causing without taking any kind of damage is insane. I cannot take credit for all of this 51,000 damage that I've taken, but it means that I've taken... I mean, well, okay, I cannot take credit because I did not do 23,000 damage in torpedoes. The enemy was a big help. As weird as that sounds, because they have been torping their own. But if this would be true, then I did almost 1,000 times more damage than I took. That, I would say, is a pretty nice result. Okay, the torch is down. Okay, Bismarck, you're going to target the Ariel with your mains. Otherwise, she will run out of range. I can't have that. This is the point where it's going to get really interesting, because the Drake and the Immortalite are going to be throwing torpedoes at me. 12.7 kilometer range. I am definitely in range. Woolston is still reloading. Comet's reloading. Magic's reloading. Ariel is down. Well done. Well done. That's all of their convoy ships dead, correct? Yep. They're both gone. Those are both sinking. Very nice. Very nice. Now, with the destruction of these ships, we should be accomplishing our mission. The British Navy will count less than 10 ships. And that means that they will start to seriously crumble. The British Empire should completely disintegrate. Their colonies will revolt, leading to an economic stagnation and probably more than that. More of an economic crisis than the British have seen to this date. And all that without the German Navy losing a single ship. Sure, we got beaten bloody. Especially the battle cruisers seem to be on the receiving end of a lot of damage. But it doesn't matter, because we survived. And more than that, with the destruction of the British, the German Empire could definitely end up becoming a world power. Of course, this is sadly all roleplay. I would love to do a campaign that lasts dozens and dozens of years, where at some point you're going to go to war with the British, and then you're going to go to war with, I don't know, the Spanish, depending on what sort of diplomacy you're running. Come on, Woolston. Let's call it a day, shall we? You're badly flooded, your structural integrity is falling. You're dead. Okay, we're going to target the Drake, because I'm concerned that the Drake's going to run off. 13 kilometers out. You're going to target the Immortalite. / Immortalité. I'm still not sure which it is. If it was the Immortalité, I think it would have one of those accents on the E. And I'm not seeing that. Damn it. Magic has sent some presents our way, and it's not even Christmas. Increase the flank, otherwise we won't be able to catch them. These things are ridiculously fast. And out of ammo. Really? Reduced ammo for shells. That's what you get. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's a single torpedo there. Flooding on the Drake. They had few bulkheads, correct? Yeah. So flooding is pretty critical to those ships. Although, this one was fixed very, very quickly. Damn it, more torps. Okay, all ships, secondaries in the Comet. If you're in range, that is, because your range is 7 clicks. So, some of you are not yet... No, none of you, are in fact, are capable of hitting the Comet yet. The Comet still has her torpedoes that she just sent. Are these the torpedoes from the Comet? Or no? I'm not sure. Let's be vigilant. And see if there are more torpedoes coming this way. Yep, they are. Squeeze through that. Just as I was about to reformulate my formation. Okay, so you're going to join formation 1. You're going to join formation 1 as well. There we go. Alright. Why is the Comet not doing full speed? She's doing 33 knots. Ooh, there's more. Port. Is that the last salvo? Yeah, the Comet's out of torpedoes. And same as the Magic. So we can still expect one more torpedo salvo to come at me. And that's... Oh, hold your horses. We are definitely in range. And the Drake and Immortal just sent everything they had. We're going to do a hard starboard turn. Detach all the ships. Turn away. Hold a second. You're not supposed to be over there. What? Who were you even trying to torpedo then? I don't understand. Can we pen this? Not really. Everybody load the high explosive. Yeah, there's one salvo, there's the next. Okay. That should be all the torpedoes accounted for, right? Magic's out of torpedoes. There's another torpedo there. Destroy the torpedo. Yeah, you're a little late with that. Everybody focus fire on the Drake. No, I don't need you to start following each other. I just need you to start hitting the Drake. Destroyed another torpedo launcher. Drake is returning fire. Nice now. At this point, there shouldn't be that much of a risk anymore. But that is usually a very dangerous assumption to make. They still have... Yeah, they got port and starboard launchers. Turn port. Turn port. Turn port. I'm just spamming some high explosive at him. Let's see if we can torpedo the Drake, because the Drake does have sonar. But it's a pretty sneaky torpedo salvo. And it has that pretty terrible turning circle. Auto-selector. I am pretty concerned about getting this close to those ships. Our port turn. The Drake has detected the torp. She's trying to turn starboard, but that is not going to save her. In fact, it might make it worse. Torpedoes in the water. 1, 2, 3 torps slam into the Drake. That's a single torpedo hitting or targeting the Gneisenau. Hard over to port. Drake is dead. Torpedoes from the Gneisenau worked. Auto. You just sent a whole bouquet. Gneisenau, hard over. At least they're mostly done now. But they still have a couple of triples. Several locations on the ship. And look at this. 61,000 damage done. And that's including the enemy's damage. 203 damage taken. Yeah, that's a pretty nice markup. Secondaries on the Magic. The Magic is basically a gunboat now. She cannot do anything really dangerous. Let's have some fun with the torpedoes. Torpedoes away from Fürst Bismarck. Magic is trying to dodge. Magic is not quite successful at dodging. Oh, no, she is. Oh, that was a good dodge. Awfully close. More torpedoes in the water. Coming in from the Rhineland. At this point, I have the potential to torpedo my own ship. Which is not something I'm very eager about. The Magic should be dead. Torpedo hit on the Immortal Light. And this time around, she's not going to escape. Your destination is on the bottom of the ocean here. Or where are we? The Irish Sea? I forgot. Dead. 64,000. Hold on! I thought this was the last two, but no, the Comet's still out there. You, chase down the Comet. Go make yourself useful. Mains on the Magic. Increase the flank speed. We got this. 65,000 damage done, 278 damage taken. Yeah. Flooding on the Magic. Stern. Buoyancy dropping to 20%. Buoyancy to 6%, 4%. Dead. Extensive fire. Alright. On to the last. The Comet. I'm almost sad this campaign is over, because these ships, they are such a nice ship to work with. You got the 9-inchers, which can tackle almost anything. You got the 3-inchers, which will tackle transports, destroyers, and to some extent light cruisers. And you got the 22-inch torpedo tubes, which will help in either disrupting convoys, breaking up formations, or wrecking battleships. And battle cruisers, for that matter. Let's not use the torpedo launchers, because at this point I'm at greater risk of hitting myself than them. You can slow back down. You can move to here to catch them. You can turn to port to bring your 3-inchers to bear. Yeah, Comet is in trouble. Look at this. The game has its flaws, but it looks outstanding. Oh, sorry about that. We lost the destruction of the Comet. Didn't catch that. Oh my god. 17,835 victory points versus 4. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Light damage, light damage, light damage. Everybody else is dead. Victory points, 62,815 versus 905 for the British. I'm still getting 12 million a month. I have 99 million in the bank. I am still building 3 heavy cruisers and 4 destroyers. I'm repairing 5 ships, including a battle cruiser and 4 heavy cruisers. Yeah, that's some of the ships that have been fighting. The British are down to 3 ships. This is better than I had even hoped. They have their battleship, a heavy cruiser, and a light cruiser, but I think they get the message. There is no further reason to continue this war. But it seems that the British have not quite understood that. Damn it. Alright, strap in guys, this is going to be a long episode. Where are you at? Let's have the Gneisenau do one more kill on one of their heavy cruisers. I'm surprised the heavy cruiser's still out here. I'm not sure what they're possibly hoping to achieve. But it's not likely to be the destruction of my ship. They are not going to get away with that. 17 clicks out. Yeah, that's going to take a little while. So, welcome back. For the better part of an hour and 20 minutes of in-game time, the Powerful has been running away. She can do that at almost 40 knots. Except that her high explosive damage, or the high explosive damage inflicted by Gneisenau, has forced her to slow down. Her accuracy was so bad that her 8-inch guns did not inflict any noticeable damage on the Gneisenau. And she has that reduced complement of ammunition, so she's not actually even firing anymore. Unless she starts building more accuracy, which is going to happen right about now. And at the same time, she's been dropping torpedoes at me for, well, the better part of that 90-minute in-game time fighting, none of which have been very successful. This is what a trained British crew can do. This is what a green German crew does absolutely not care about. Why the Powerful is suddenly deciding to make a stand and fight, I don't know. But it saves me a lot of time, because I can finally start dealing some serious damage to this ship. Now, she has not taken any rudder damage, and she has that very good sonar array, but nevertheless, I will try to torpedo her. Because I know that her portside torpedo launchers are either destroyed or reloading. And that means that she should not cause any issues as of right now. There you go, flooding. That's the first incident of flooding I've finally caused. Portside torpedoes away. Ah, there we go again. Powerful launches another set. The difference being, I detect their torpedoes almost at the point of launch. They detect my torpedoes probably 1.5 clicks out, or something to that effect. Because they simply aren't that good at detecting torpedoes, since mine are so sneaky. Now let's also throw out the other set, the starboard launcher. And then just use the 9-inchers to blow enough holes in the Powerful to make her a bit less powerful. The Powerful has detected the torps. She is, as expected, turning to starboard, which, as again, is going to do her more harm than good. That's going to be one hit. Right amidships. She just threw another torpedo set at me. We're going to dodge that. The rest of the torps might not all connect, but potentially one will, which would be enough. I just need a little bit more damage, and she's overcorrecting, which means that that torpedo has a very good chance of slamming into her stern. Oh, well, no. No, she dodged that, like a pro. Now, the AI is begging me for me to end the battle, so naturally we're not going to do that. The Powerful picked this fight with the Gneisenau, and that's fine. But that means that the British will end this war not with 3 ships, but 2. A battleship, and I believe the last one is a light cruiser. The Powerful is flooding on her stern, her rudder's damaged. Oh, she did fix her engine. Props to her. She's taken almost 17%, sorry, she has taken 17% losses of the crew, versus a mere 0.7% of the Gneisenau. Seriously, these heavy cruisers of mine are always surprising me. The amount of damage that the British can inflict is negligible. They just cannot really do anything. However, had my ships not had that Sonar 3, it would have been a completely different story. I wouldn't have been nearly as successful at dodging torpedoes. And the British very well might have destroyed my heavy cruisers with much, much more ease. The same can be said for what happened in episode 5, which was the ambush of the Bismarck and the Thüringen. That destroyer ambush could have been seriously deadly. But I got pretty lucky that they did not spawn on top of me. They spawned about, what was it, 12 clicks out, I think? Meaning that they really weren't that much of a problem. Now let's turn port, bring all the stern turrets to bear. Because I think we're just going to have to HE them to death. Since they're still at 1% buoyancy magic flex tape solution. Most of their ships burning up. Ow. No, not really. We're still at a very respectable 97% structural integrity. And that is with my ship being 40.9 million and theirs being 78 million. Goodbye. That's the end of the powerful. Is that the end of the British fleet? Finally. 6,500 victory points versus 2. Oh, dude. They have a revolution. This is what we wanted. Unrest became uncontrollably high in the British Empire and the government has been overthrown. People do not trust Bolton Monsell due to his low naval prestige. He's relieved from duty and expelled from the country. Very good. And the campaign has ended. End reason? Revolution. Outcome? Minor victory. Well, fuck you very much. I entirely disagree with that statement. They have lost 50 times the crew that I have. They have lost 2 battleships, 2 battlecruisers, 6 heavies, 12 lights, 17 destroyers for a total of 39 ships, basically completing the entire destruction of the British fleet. The only ships that they have left is the the battleship and the light cruiser. I have not lost a single ship. Done. These ships that I have built at the start of the campaign, that's what I started with, and I didn't lose a single one. So, thank you for watching the campaign. I hope you enjoyed this long last episode, and soon I'll start with a new one. I haven't quite decided upon which one yet, but you will see it appear on the channel very soon. Thank you for joining, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon for more.